In this video, I'm going to do a Fluidmaster flush valve installation. These are some of the tools you may or may not use. Okay. And this is a toilet. This is the same toilet where I installed the Fluidmaster fail valve in the previous video. And it's not leaking or anything right now. This is just a precaution. This toilet is probably about 20 years old. You can see the bolts there, pretty rusty. The rubber gasket is deteriorated. So we start off by shutting off the water, similar to what we did with the fail valve installation. And this is a Kohler toilet, and some of these older Kohler toilets have 3 bolts there on anchoring the tank to the bowl. So it's just a matter of undoing the nuts at the bottom of the tank, and then disconnecting the water hose supply line and lifting the tank. So here we're draining the water out completely again. And we'll clean the tank. Okay, that's the inside of the tank. Again, it's empty now. So I'll be doing the just removing the bolts, the nuts from the bottom, 3 of them. In some cases, you might have 2 things to do there, and this one is just the 3 nuts right there. Okay, that's where they came from. 3 nuts for the 3 bolts. They're removed. The tank comes right out. And then here it is over here. I have a trash bag here, and there's the triangular gasket that goes at the bottom. Some toilets will just have a circular gasket. They're easy to work with. And I probably could have done this, put a circular one, but I already had this particular type of gasket, so I want to go ahead and just remove this one out. Pulling it out from the, okay, here it is. Okay, trying to make the video a little bit shorter than usual. So there's the old flush valve there. And then here's a view of the new one I'm going to install here on the right. You can see it's a little bit longer than the old one here. So I did have to cut off about 1 inch from the top, so it would go with the same type of orientation that I had before. So I got a hacksaw, measured it out, and cut off about 1 inch or so, a little bit more maybe than 1 inch. And here we're putting the gasket in. So notice that as the nipples go inside the tank through those holes there. And then I'm putting in the flush valve on the other side, inside the tank. And then this little plastic ring that makes it easier to turn the nut. And I want to point out here that I put in the nut that's going to hold the flush valve, or anchor the flush valve. But a suggestion that I would make is that I would put the nut first and then the gasket on top. It's a lot easier to make sure you have it tight. I didn't show this in the video, but actually that's what I did. I went ahead and put this on there, and I wanted to make sure it was secure, so I actually took the triangular gasket out and put the nut first here that I'm doing right now, and then put the gasket over it, make sure it was snug so it wouldn't have any leaks. Okay, so that's what I did. I didn't show it here in the video because I wanted to make the video a little shorter. And then I'm just going to put the screws or the bolts, the ones inside the tank, 3 of them. They will anchor this tank to the toilet bowl. Okay, there they are. And notice I have that rubber to create the seal inside the tank. And then once I get these in there, it's just a matter of taking this tank and aligning it with the holes on the bowl. And then there'll be one nut, or about one nut and a washer, metal washer. They will anchor the tank to the bowl. Okay, got the bolts there, and here I've already done it. I went and screwed the nuts in the bolt. I put the metal washer first, and then screwed in the nut. 3 of them in the bottom. Make sure the tank is secure. Try to get it as level as I could, so I do one side and then go to the other bolt, the other nut rather. And then here I already flushed it one time, checking for leaks. Yeah, I have the water level marked there. That can be adjusted by looking at the turning this screw here on the fill valve. But it's close enough for me there. So you do it a few times. Check for leaks periodically. Is what I did to make sure there were no leaks. And this toilet is pretty much like new. All the hardware inside the tank is replaced, so it's like a new toilet. That's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.